Former Clay County resident and Eastern Kentucky University alum Cameron Wagers is in the heart of the coronavirus panic at the moment, in the province next to Wuhan, China.
Vintage 18 is Richmond's locally owned restaurant featuring American cuisine. Enjoy weekly specials as well as Wine Wednesday with live music and watch the games in the bar area. Vintage 18, located at 2187 Lexington Road in Richmond.
Wagers has been in the city of Wuhu, teaching English and working on video production projects in China. We spoke to Wagers over the phone for this interview, where he tells us of how the pandemic started back in late 2019 for the residents there, where they were initially told to not go to work with little explanation.
Yeah, it actually started a little bit in December. There was some news, kind of trickling around that something was going on in Wuhan, like there had been a weird virus and that people were getting it and it was spreading a lot. But, you kind of hear those things sometimes. And you're like, well, it's nothing. But I would say around mid-January is when it started getting, everybody started to know what was going on, and the government started to take big measures to stop the spread. And so at this point, it was about the Chinese New Year. And Chinese New Year, a lot of people leave the cities and go to their hometowns. And so everybody was sort of in this holiday. And when we were supposed to come back to work, it was like, oh, wait, don't come back to work. Everybody stay home. Everything started closing, and it started getting really scary, something off of a movie or something. And, yeah, it just went from there, and it started getting progressively worse. Almost as soon as it happened, the government announced, don't try to hide your symptoms. Don't try to stay home. If you have the virus, if you think you have it, come to a hospital. Your cost, it will be free. Your test will be free. But do not stay and try to hide it or try to, because you can easily spread it.
However, Wagers is hopeful, saying that although most businesses were originally closed, he can now see that the cities are starting to come back to life.
At least in China, things are improving. People's lives are going back to normal. And in my city, people are allowed to leave more. And when I left Wuhu, the city I'm in, it was a ghost town. But now when I came back, there's people walking on the streets. There's still restrictions in place, but the government is slowly allowing us more freedom.
Wagers also gave advice for those listening back here in Kentucky.
Just follow what the government officials tell us. Do not panic. The virus is easily spread, but most people do survive. And also just take the necessary precautions of washing your hands and not touching your face. Those things will go a long way. But the most important thing is everything will return back to normal eventually. Don't panic, and it will get better.
For more stories such as these, be sure to visit Richmond's very own WBONTV.com. I'm Marissa Hempel.